execution is the hard part of a business, right? Because these other things happen pretty quickly. And this is what takes up, if these other things take 6 months, this is what takes the next 9.5 years. It is the relentless waking up every day and just sort of banging your head against the wall until things work. And everyone thinks they can hire someone to do this. Founders always think, well, I'll hire a COO and he or she will manage the operations for the company. And I will get to go off and I'll just think about strategy and meet with investors and go to conferences and it'll be great. Obviously that fails 100% of the time. The value gets created over compounding execution for years and years and years. And it never gets easier, but this is what you're signing up for as a founder. Very little of the value gets created by the idea. If you just think about the time frame, most of the value gets created by this part. And so, people say that most of what being a founder is about is not being in love with creating a product, but being in love with creating a company. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. There's a big shift after those first 3 categories all start working, where you shift from the great idea and the great product to great execution. And this is a shift that a lot of founders fail to make.
In the movie The Matrix, the story is that everyone's been programmed and that they're living their lives through these programs. But the protagonist in the movie has an opportunity to take either a blue pill or a red pill. If he takes the blue pill, when he wakes up, he's back into the same old world with the same old expressions that were always there. But if he takes the red pill, he gets out of the program. And this becomes profoundly important because, as we understand now, 95% of our life is coming from the program. And if we could get out of the program, then we could manifest a different character in our lives. So it's like taking a red pill. And I really want to emphasize a very important fact. Most of us as adults out here have already taken the red pill with amazing results. We didn't know we took the pill, but we did experience the results. When we fell in love, our life changes. Consider this, the day before you fell in love, blah, 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 your life was blah, blah, blah for weeks and days and years. And then all of a sudden you meet this special person. And just 24 hours later, your whole world is different. All of a sudden, you're so deeply in love. And guess what? Everything becomes more beautiful. Life is so much more precious. The food's better, the music's better, everything's better. Even the job that wasn't so good is better. I go, what happened in 24 hours to change a blah, blah, blah life into heaven on earth? Every day, our life is 95% coming from the subconscious programs because our conscious mind is thinking. When people fall in love, they stop thinking. They become mindful. What does that mean? They stay in the present moment. I mean, think about it. You waited your whole life for this person to show up. They show up. This isn't a time to be thinking. This is a time to be present, to enjoy and experience what's manifesting in your life. Relevance is very important because the moment you stop thinking is the moment you stop actually playing the subconscious programs. No more default to the subconscious. You are now, with your conscious mind, controlling your biological vehicle. And where are you going to drive it? To wishes and desires and aspirations. And this is how, when people fall in love, the immediate period after falling in love is a heaven on earth experience, a honeymoon effect. Because being in love actually keeps your hands on the wheel with the conscious mind. And no defaulting to the subconscious. You immediately start to manifest a life. So the honeymoon effect is profoundly important because what does it represent? Well, number one, it's a state of exuberant health. Yes, when people fall in love, they become healthier, more alert, alive, and joy. And that's why. Because the concept of love is translated into the chemistry of love, as we mentioned, in the form of dopamine and pleasure and oxytocin and bonding and growth hormone. In fact, we have an abundance of life energy.